Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining me. I see you've been in looking at the shop. That's great. I have a couple of pre-bids. I'm Stacy. This is my weekly finds, mostly vintage variety, but sometimes get some contemporary stuff put in there. But thanks for joining me this morning. I hope your Monday's off to a good start. I can't believe it's already going to be Labor Day this weekend. So we're going to turn this camera around, and I think my first pre-bid is on this little guy here. Welcome in, guys. Take a look in the shop. If there's anything that you'd like to take a peek at, let me know. Here's this little guy that I found in a baggie. He's a little brutalist, right? He's got some geometric shapes to him, but he is yellow lusterware with the orange luster and then a kind of a dark purple blue luster base. He is unmarked, but he could be for toothpicks. He could be for matchsticks. You could even put a little succulent in there probably. He's just a little guy, but he's adorable. It has a starting bid of $5, and there is a pre-bid on it. So let's get this show going, and it's running. I'm feeling I had to delay my show by 30 minutes. My daughter had her birthday yesterday. We had a bunch of people over, and I just was not thinking I was going to be able to move that fast and get in here by 9. So sorry for the time change. Isn't he cute? Little bulldog, maybe? I'm not sure. There you go, Crazy Cash. That's yours. He's so cute. I love his little bow tie. Look at that. And his tongue sticking out. Thank you so much. The next item I have pre-bids on, I'm going to hold off for a little bit because it's a choice of one. I'll wait till we get a few more people in. So I don't know. Are you in here, Shabby Shed? Are you in the show? Probably you are. If you're in, I can go ahead and run that. I just didn't want to run it if you weren't in the show yet. All righty. Well, let's get them out here then, and we'll do the choice of one owl. So this little guy's a bisque porcelain owl. He's got a little bit of frit on the top, so he's one of the choices. We have a South American guy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He's all hand painted, carved wood, unmarked. South American folk art guy. And speaking of South America, we have this little Tanala owl. I thought he was signed, but maybe not. Oh, right there, you can kind of see the remnants of whoever MC signed him. I like the little black feathers. Hi, guys, welcome in. And of course, the Tanala, they always have something to do with nature. A lot of times have birds. Maybe these are birds. They look like wings, right? Maybe they're flowers, or maybe they're butterflies. But he's one of the choices. Let me go ahead and pull choice up because I do have a pre-bid already on that. This one's just a little porcelain guy, green little feathers, like a pink lace here. He's cute. They're all, about an inch and a half tall. You did? I'm sorry, Crazy. I thought you were in, but yes, you did get that little guy. He's so cute. His tongue sticking out. I think Jocelyn called this vomit, right? It's a little vomit owl with googly eyes. He is so good. A lucite vomit owl. But I mean, it suits him, doesn't it? Yeah, I think so. This guy here is a resin owl. He's got a lot of detail. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for coming in and joining us this morning. He's got a lot of detail with his feathers. He's resin. Resin isn't my favorite, but I pulled him out of there because I think he's just adorable. Look at this one. He's ceramic. He's got blues and oranges, unmarked on here. He might be resin. He might be resin, not ceramic. Just has that ceramic looking glaze. And the last little guy, this one's definitely ceramic. with his little horns, his great horned owl, unmarked. These were all in a baggie. Somebody was offloading their owl collection. I got a couple other bigger owls, but these are going to go. We have a pre-bid. They're your choice of one for $3. And can we see those okay there? All right. And it is starting. We've got a pre-bid on them. Let's see which owl. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo is the first one to go. Little owl minis. All right, Shabby Shed, which one would you like? Which one do you have your eye on? The folk art. This one here. The red guy. He's sweet. I like him. I've had one similar. I think I had a yellow one in one of my shows prior. And I think he was marked. That's why I know this one's something South America, but I can't remember. I was going to show Crazy Cash. Here's your little guy. It's hard to see him in a picture, but look at him. Isn't he sweet? Crazy Cash got that cute little guy. All right, let's run this again. I'll duplicate. Again, we have these little mini owls, about 1.5 inches or shorter. $3 start, your choice. They're cute. How's that mobile coming along, Melissa? Is that, you said you were still going to be working on it. Which owl would you like? The vomit. Okay. That's Jocelyn's words. I don't know what the technical, maybe that is the technical name for them. He's pretty awesome. Vomit. Well, it's just when they put a lot of different things, I guess, in the lucite, right? I love it too, Melissa. Of course, being the mermaid, I'd love anything that was had to do with fish or ocean or anything, right? Let's run this again. We'll just keep running this until we get no more interest after 2 runs, and then we'll move on. We can always come back. Hi, Kiko. Welcome back. I think you were in my show last week. Cute little owls. All right, Kiko, which one is your favorite? You maybe like them all, but which one are you going to go? The Tanala. You got him. He's so sweet. Look at him. Let me get your name on that. All right. Remember, I do bundle shipping, everyone. So if you pay over, if it's over $1 and you've paid too much, I will always refund that to you. So no worries there. I'll take care of you. Let's run this again. We're down to 5. And then there were 5. I like this one and I like this one. It's interesting. None of them are marked. Usually you'll at least see Japan on the bottom of them, but all right, Shabby Shad, what you getting? On the right. This guy, I think, I don't know. I just think that bottom doesn't look like ceramic. Maybe he's even wood. I don't know, but isn't he cool? Yeah, the big orange eyes. You get your name on that. We'll duplicate. And it's running again. Now there are 4. Hi, Jane. Thanks for coming in this morning all the way from California. Don't get too many West Coasters at this time. Happy Monday to you too. We're just running these little owls. We're down to 4 now. So that was one with no interest. I run it twice. And if we don't get any interest after the second one, then we will run it. We will move on. But look in the shop. I have these glass mushrooms. They're not Viking or any that, but they are vintage and they are Japanese, made for imported in San Francisco. Oh, let me start the auction. That might help. So got those. Got a lot of vintage glass. I have some crystalline. It's not Bill Campbell, but it's still beautiful. It is signed. Got some Fenton. We got this little guy over here. He is so cute. I couldn't resist. All right, so we'll put the owls aside and we'll move on since we had two no interest runs. And let's see what's next. We're just going to go down in order. I did put things in my buy it now, so take a look in there and see what we have for buy it now. But the first item we have here, I believe this is Ellie Smith. I didn't confirm it with my Ellie Smith group, but it is Moon and Star. It has a crimped ruffle on it. It is a compote on a tall pedestal here, but you can see the moon and star. There's the star, there's the moon. But beautiful, fall is coming up. That would be a gorgeous fall piece. The larger Tonala owl, let me look for you, sweetie. Hold on. Can't remember. My brain, my memory's going. Oh, where is it? He does have a little chipping on him. He's $5 on that one. I can run him next anyway, but don't worry about bidding if you're not interested. All right, so this compote, what does it stand about 5.5 inches tall. It says it's only going to run for 1 minute. I think I better edit that item. There we go. Now it's going to run for 20 seconds, and it is running. And I'll grab that little Tonala guy. I'll show you the chipping and everything. That way you can make that decision on your own. It's kind of on the base, not real noticeable. And this would be gorgeous. I was thinking, what could you put in here? But you could get some little fruits, that kind of thing. Thank you for looking at that. Let's take a look at that other Tonala owl that I have here. Here he is, Adina. So you can see there's the chipping. So it looks like the glaze chipped off. There's the signature RB. And I think that's an S or CAT, Cat Mexico. I don't know. But he's cute. I mean, when he's sitting, he kind of still blends in. You could probably put a little enamel, clear enamel or something there, shine that up, and you would never know. He's in good shape otherwise. Let me pull him up. Again, no pressure to bid if you're not interested. But since I have him up here, I might as well run him. He's on the stage, and he's running. That's okay, Adina. I totally understand. He was going to be run anyway, so. I do. Are you set on owls? I do have other Tonala, bigger ones too, that I could, I have them right at my feet here. I could pull them up if you're interested in any other type of animal. But if it has to be an owl, I think I only have one owl. He's about, I don't know, maybe 5 inches tall. So just let me know. I can pull him up too for you. You can take a look at him. All right, this item here looks like it comes from Illinois. It has its original tag on it, Project Harambee. It's a beaded basket, swan, duck, I don't know, bird. Beautiful blue, yellow, beaded, wired basket. And it says it was made in Riverside, Illinois, right there, by Kathleen Harrison, founding director of this foundation. But he is cute, great little trinket dish. And it's going to start at 8, and it's running. So I have 3 more shows. So I have my show Thursday, and then my shows next week, and then I'm on vacation. Oh, I only have Monday show next week. That's right. I only have my Monday show on Labor Day, and then I'm on vacation for a week, so I won't be on. I might go on while I'm on vacation. It's just hard to say, what I find while I'm up there. I'm going to the cooler weather. All right, here's our first little glass mushroom. It does have a partial sticker here. The green one has its full sticker, and it says Counterpoint, made in Japan for San Francisco, or import to San Francisco. These are they are glass. They are vintage. They sell. I did my research on the comps. They're selling from $40 to $60, so it's a good deal on this. So this is the blue one. I think they're about the same height. I think this is maybe a little bit shorter, and the cap is a smaller diameter. It's going to run for 20 seconds, starting at 30. I never find mushrooms. That's one of my basket lists, bucket list, not basket. Yeah, I'm a basket case. That's what it is. So this is a cutie. I need to wash the cap a little bit more. It's got some of that greasy stuff on it. There's that one. And our next item here was in the baggie, and not exactly what I was going for, but still cute. And this one is porcelain, ceramic, some type of spaniel, I would think, right? He's got a little blue nose and little paws, little light blue paws. He's sitting nicely. He's got a sweet little face, unmarked, and he's going to start at 3, and he's running. Does anybody have plans for Labor Day? I know we're staying home because we're not going on vacation until after Labor Day, so we don't have to deal with traffic. All right, that puppy's going back. We can pull him up again if someone gets interested in him. This is adorable, this little sweet one. He was in that same baggie. Cute little cat in a box. It says handcrafted in Thailand. Sweet little artwork on the front and the back of the box. Here's the kitty. You know how they love boxes. So the kitty's in the box. He's got his little feet out. He's very cute, and he's got a flower on his back. No condition issues, just sweet little mini kitty. Starting at $3, and it's running. Hi, Peace Valerie. Welcome in. We're just going down the row right now, so if you see something in the shop that you'd like me to run, let me know. How did I know that was going to be you on that one, Shabby? He's so cute. There you go. I'm going to go with your other cuties. They're all about the same size. I think this one's just a touch taller. You're welcome. Thank you. Sweetness. All right. How about this gorgeous Cloisonne? And look at this. It has these 2 birds right here, the parrots. They're very colorful. It has these flowers. And then the birds again. I just think that I didn't notice the birds until I went to list this. It's in great condition. Here's the lid, under part of the lid, the opening, and the base. No dents, just beautiful enamel on metal with a lid. And that one's going to start at 22, and it's running. Why did it run for a minute? This is strange. And then it's in turquoise, and I don't know what's going on. I did my update. I know they do, don't they? You get them these fancy toys and everything, and you go get something and empty the box and leave the box on the floor, and the cats are in the box playing. They'd rather. When I moved my mom about a month and a half ago, she had a cat, and so we had all the boxes out that we were filling. Oh my gosh, that cat. We'd go to pick up a box, and there was a cat in the box. Sorry, this is running so long, guys. I don't know what happened to all of my times. It was weird. Yeah, her cat is named Sammy. And then we moved her down to her new place, and with my other sister. And my sister had a dresser for her, and my mom, that my sister called and said, "Oh my gosh, the cat must have got out the front door. We don't," it was a new place, and you know about cats, they will go home. They will go where they were. And they looked and looked. They put out a all points bulletin that the cat was missing and so on. The cat found a hole in the back of the dresser, and it was in the back in one of the drawers. They went to pull out the drawer. There's the cat. At least they figured out where her hidey place was, huh? How about a cobalt vase? This one's beautiful glass, very tall. So not just boxes, but dresser drawers apparently too. All right, beautiful cobalt. It's not real thin like some of the thin vases are, but it is a light vase at about 9.5 inches tall. All cobalt. It looks fairly clean inside. I gave it a little bit of a wash to get the label off. And then there is the top, that little tulip or flower top on that. That's going to start at 8 and it's running. It's almost too tall for my camera here. Ah. It's going to be 98 in Phoenix today, guys. We're cooling off. It feels so good. But it's, of course, 70, 60% humidity right now. So 98 and 68% of humidity is uncomfortable. All right, I do have a piece of glowy glass today. It is Vaseline glass. I did put in the description. There is an inner crack in this one. So I have reduced the price substantially. I cannot fill here is the crack. You can see it right here. I cannot fill the crack with my fingernail. So I'm thinking that the crack is along the daisy and button portion here. I turned off my lights and I can't see it as well. I'm thinking that it's probably along the daisy and button portion because I cannot fill it on the inside. Maybe a little bit there, but it does have a crack. It still glows like mad. Let me show you. Still glows like mad, and it's hard to find the Vaseline glass, the Vaseline yellow uranium glass. This one I marked at, and it's on 1 minute again. I don't know what is going on with my... When I opened it up, it was on 20 seconds, and it jumped to 60 seconds. This is weird. All right, it is on 20 seconds, daisy and button, Vaseline glass with a crack, and it's running. Beautiful if you have a collection or know somebody who collects. If you're just going to put it in your case, right? What do they always, hey, Stacy, what do they always say? Put the crack in the back, right? I know, right? Melissa, yeah, 98 is cooling off. It's been 100, and I think it was 109 yesterday. Yeah, but Stacy, this one has a crack, right? You can't really see it in the dark, but it's still worth it. I might have to see that crack right there, and you can't fill it here, so I'm thinking it must be across the daisy and button, the outer textured glass, which you can't even see it from this side. You can only see it when it's inside. Got it in an auction lot, so didn't know until online auction, even didn't know until I went to pick it up that it had that crack in there, but it's still beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, who doesn't love themselves? A little mopey puppy. And this one I think has, manganese glow. So you can kind of see the green. That's from the manganese in the glass in the process. But it is amethyst glass. It's not sunglass. It is a Degenhart. There is the D in the heart, the Degenhart logo on it. Amethyst mopey glass dog. He is sweet. No cracks, no chips. Love myself some purple glass, and it is running starting at 12. He's so sweet. Then I have a clear one too that is not marked. Degenhart. All right, thanks for looking at him. And then I think the next one might be my Nope, not the clear one. So this came in an auction lot 2. It is gorgeous. It is a mayonnaise condiment bowl with an underplate. It has this grape and grape leaf etched texture on it all the way around the bowl with this little scalloped edge, which makes it look very fancy. This is the base. Very nice, high quality glass. Same with the underplate. How's that same motif? It is gorgeous. And it's going to run for not 1 minute. I don't know why it's changing my times on here. Running for 20 seconds, starting at 15. Beautiful mayonnaise bowl with the underplate. Hi guys, welcome in. Thanks for joining me this morning. We're just going down the row, so if you see something you like in the shop, let me know. I'll run it for you. Turn on this other light now that I'm done with the glowy glass. All right, we'll put that aside, see what's next. How about some Fenton? This one's saying it's running for a minute too. It went in and changed all of my times. Don't know why, but it did. We'll just have to fix it. We can do that. Here is I just had my milk glass show last week, but then I found this one. This is the large rose bowl. Both of the Fenton pieces I have. This is the milk glass hobnail with that Fenton ruffled top. It is not marked, so it is pre-1970, so very vintage, in gorgeous shape for $12 start, and it's running. The other one is gorgeous, the pink one. They were there sitting on, hi Carol, they're sitting on the shelf together, just looking all sort of pretty. Here's the pink one. I think I'll do that one next. Hi guys, welcome in. So this is a pink melon ruffled bowl. It is not cased. I don't think it's all pink glass. Also not marked. So it is pre-1970s, before the logo was started. But gorgeous little pink. This is the melon side, and then it has that Fenton ruffle on the top. The large rose bowl size. Again, it's changing it to 1 minute. I'm not going to make you sit here for 1 minute. Aren't they gorgeous, Stacy? The rose bowls, I have to say, are probably my favorite. And then this melon shape, I have several of the melon shapes that I love. So this is going to start at $20 for 20 seconds, and it's running. And it has that light on the bottom. It just kind of helps it shine. Beautiful Fenton. You can't go wrong. Boy, in 1 week, we will be on Labor Day. Time just is going so fast. Here's a funky find. Let me move that to stage. And it changed all my times. Maybe with the update, it changed all my times to 1 minute. I never run anything for 1 minute. So it's always on 20 seconds. All right, let me turn the spinner off on this one. No, there we go. So this is a jewelry box. It looks like this. I know, I bet, Stacy. No, working on Monday. There is the original sticker, FlexZorb, guaranteed tarnish prevention for 25 years. I'm thinking maybe it might be the inner part, or maybe it's protecting the jewelry from tarnish. So possibly. It starts out like this, and then you can move each level around and around and around she goes until you have this funky little tiered jewelry box. So on the base of that, you have the rings holder, and then each of the ones on top are just open open box areas. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. It's all nice wood with a nice little varnish on it. It has its original sticker, and it is called FlexZorb Wooden Expandable Jewelry Box. $15 start, running for 20 seconds. I loved, I had it displayed in the picture all, like this. It's so neat to see it like that. It looks very mid-century abstract kind of. Yeah, I had Stacy in my Milk Glass show last week. I have a little baby rose bowl like that big. It was so, I think I still have him. He's so cute, so tiny. All right, setting that aside. Let's see what's next. Okay, these are gorgeous. I got them in the same place I had the baggie of owls. Somebody was offloading their or donated their collection. This is a Grauenhall, Germany. It has a mark on it right here. And they're beautiful. I love the finish on here. They're great horned owls, a pair. This one's fluffing up its wings. They're sitting on a branch. Fine porcelain, no chips. There's that tail. Everything's there. Their little horns are all intact. And they are going to start at 20 and run for 20 seconds. And there they go. Fall's a coming. It's a season for owls. I can't wait to hear my owl. And once I can open up the windows at night, because it's still staying like in the high 80s at night. I can open my windows and hear my owl hooting. Sometimes with the windows closed at night, if it's really quiet, I can hear them hooting. But as soon as we can open the windows at night, I will hear them just about every night. All right, here's the same brand, a little bit a different color, obviously. It's green. It's the dome on this is a little bit bigger than the blue one right there, but they're about the same height. This, you can see the sticker is a little bit made in Japan by Counterpoint. And then I can't remember what the rest of it says. Something about San Francisco. So here is beautiful, beautiful. Let's light it up here. Well, one second. There we go. Mushroom, green mushy, Japanese glass, starting at 30 for 20 seconds. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for coming in. We're showing off this little green mushy. They're so cool. You know, they look good, like mixed in among your like plants and stuff. If you have like a little plant, section, they just add a little splash of color, and they're just neat little mid-century mushrooms. Here's a music box. I love when I find these Italian music boxes. Inlaid wood there with the flowers. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if that's maple or it looks maybe, was that bird's eye? Has that texture to it. It plays the Blue Danube Waltz. It was made in Italy, and let's take a listen. The mechanism works great. Oh, so pretty. And you can see the mechanism working inside. There you go. And it works. And it's going to start at $15 and run for 20 seconds. And it is going this beautiful, beautiful Italian wood music box. All there. I did not know that tune was the Blue Danube Waltz, but now I do. Thank you for looking at that one with me. Found a few Asian things this time. This is a metal vase. It has this landscape of Mount Fuji with the little pagoda and some mountains. It had some sticker or something, and somebody scratched it off at the base. You can tell it's metal here at the top. On the back of it is not. It's like a black enamel metal vase, and that's going to start at 10, and it's running. It's about 5 inches tall. It's just gorgeous. I haven't decided what my Thursday theme show is going to be yet. Anybody have any ideas? Throw them out. Tell me. Maybe I'll just do a treasure hunt day. Sometimes I do Thursday treasure hunt where we just kind of either shop the shelves or I put a bunch of stuff out on the table and you guys go treasure hunting for something that you're interested in. Maybe that's what I'll do. This Kokeshi is not complete. It's a nesting doll. It's the first one I've seen. So I did reduce her price, but she's supposed to have 3 dolls. It's supposed to have the mama, the little girl, and then inside the little girl, there's supposed to be, I think, a cat. So, and darn it, the cat's not there, but it's still very cute. Little Kokeshi. It's a little loose on that connection, and it's going to start at 5, and it's running for 20 seconds, but it's a cute little Kokeshi nesting doll. Man, pretty soon we're going to have to start thinking about fall, huh? And putting up fall and Halloween and Thanksgiving, and my goodness, it'll be here fast. Here's a Lefton set of a Lefton. I don't know why it should say Big Al. So you can see they painted their house. That's probably just house paint, and we'll come up with a little scrubbing, and you shouldn't bother. It's the nice sturdy ceramic on this, and it even has some, so you can see I can just pick that right off of there, so the top should be able to pick it right off too. Just little, somebody painted their house and accidentally got some paint on these beautiful Lefton owls from 1997, GOZ Lefton. There's also a sticker. Gorgeous set of horned owls. $10 start. Whoops, and it's running. Even with the house paint, that should come off pretty easily. I'm thinking of probably doing some jewelry this week. I don't know what day. Before I go on vacation, get my little fix in, because I miss you guys when I'm on vacation. This shows 2, but it's actually only 1. So let me edit this item. And I'm going to change the picture real quick. It's a beautiful little Lenox, but it's only 1. It's just 1 swan. And I'm going to get rid of the 2 swan picture and then reduce the price. I was looking, when I was putting them up, I noticed that the other one had its beak broken off. Whether I did it or missed it when I was listing it, it is just this one Lenox. It is marked. So little ring, and it's a USA one, so that means it's the more vintage style. Little ring dish. It is just very cute. Sweet little porcelain swan, and it's starting. I learned that from Jocelyn. When it says made in USA, it is the older version, because now Lenox is made in China. Hi, Claudia. Welcome in. How about a cute little kitty cat? Unmarked, in great condition. He's just got some little leftover parts from the mold. You can see the line from the mold. He's got a leftover part there on his head. He's got blue eyes, probably a Siamese, just a little darker. Yeah, so you can even see the mold marks there. Not sure if it's ceramic though. Usually ceramic will have a hole, but I guess if they push the two pieces together, I'm not sure. $3 start on this kiddo, this kitty. I love his ears sticking up there like that. All righty. How about, what's next here? A different swan. This one is unmarked, but the porcelain has a nice feel to it. And we're not going to do this for a minute. We're going for 20. There we go. It has a nice high quality feel to this porcelain. Very clean. Has this a little water lily and a bird on one side. And then this little flower, I don't know what that is, apple blossom or something on the other side, and it is unmarked. Excellent condition. Beautiful little trinket tray or planter, however you'd like to use it. $8 start, and it's running. You guys are quiet today. It's usually quiet. I mean, this is a quiet environment, really, unless you're just in your head talking, right? It's the seller who does most of the talking. Let's change that time to 20 seconds. This guy I could not pass up, and I know it's a little early, but you might still be thinking about winter. He's a cute little snowman, and since I found him, even though I would stick him in, it does say unsigned, but I am now seeing that it is signed by Pat right there. So they did sign their work. Beautiful handmade pottery snowman, and he is just adorable. $8 start on him, and he's running. I'll put him aside in my winter holiday box, and we'll see him again. And that goes for most things that are holiday related, but I do show them on my weekly finds just because I found them. All right, little snowman. Oh, this is where I got the kitty cats and the dogs from, because I don't know how they didn't get broken, but I went for this. Look at these two cute little puppies in a basket of flowers. They are enameled metal, so are the flowers. They have a little bit of bling inside the flowers. You can see that. In great condition. It's one of those heavy metal style trinket dishes with the magnetic opening closure mechanism. It's just adorable, unmarked, and it's running for 10. He is. Sweet little papers. Yeah, this is the one that caught my eye. I'm like, oh my, I'm going to have to get that. All right, let's set that aside. How about some hand-blown glass swans, a set of 3. This one has more of the swan face, the bird face in blue. And then these two have more of the elongated face. Maybe they're flamingos and not necessarily swans. Okay, but they're all 3-legged, all hand-blown, hand-worked, clear glass with blue faces. $9 start, and they are running. I've been thinking about getting on a train. I haven't done a train since I started here over a year ago. I seem to always be behind the curve there. I can never find one and that I like, or don't look in time to find one that I like, that kind of thing. So this is a stone inlay. You can see it's inlaid in the actual stone. That looks like paint. Yeah, it's just some paint. But it's beautiful. It has some abalone, mother of pearl in there. Beautiful red flowers on the white. It's a round trinket box, and even the edges are all inlay. Excellent condition. Remnants of an old sticker, possibly made in India. They do a lot of these carved stone, starting at 15 and running for 20 seconds. That one had the right time on it. How am I doing here? Looks like I've got about, still quite a few things left to show you. That's good. All right. And next we have this beautiful crystalline bowl. Oh my goodness. I love crystalline. Look at this. Look at the crystals on there mixed with the green. I mean, it just has that ocean look, right? Look at the crystals on this one. It is signed on the bottom. I think it says Kim W. Is that what you guys all see? The K-I-M and then a W. And that does come up as a pottery maker. Kim Wade, I think, is her name. Hi, Peggy. And then the inside is also the crystalline, and then fades to like a dark black or brown at the base. I will say that it is, that they break off the bottom. It is a little, first of all, it's a little tippy because it's a very small base on this nice big bowl. But it's also higher on one side than on the, so like this is higher up and it just slants down a little bit. But I think that really helps you see the crystalline a little bit better. That's going to start at 25 for 20 seconds and it's running. But it's just gorgeous. Look at that bowl. It's a light pottery. It's not real heavy. It's a thin pottery. But she did a nice job on it. I think it's gorgeous. All right. And let's see what else we have here. A nice frosted, very tall pedestal vase. I love the stem on this. It's a twisted stem. Here is probably a transfer, not hand painted, on the frosted glass. And then you can see it's vintage. You can see some of the gold is worn. And there it is. Let's get it all the way up there. You bet I can. Melissa, I'll do that for you. $8 start on this, and I'll grab that Tonala owl. These are so beautiful. And it's a nice fall arrangement there. All right, setting that one aside. Let's look at this Tonala owl again. So here's his chips right here. It looks like, I don't know if the glaze chipped off, but the base is the same color. It just doesn't have that shiny glaze on there. It's right here by the back. That's the only chip. So when it's sitting, you might see a little bit of it there. But he's cute. Do you want me to run him? I'll go ahead and run him again. Don't worry. If you're not interested, that's perfectly okay. But I have him here. I might as well run him. It doesn't take that much extra time to do that. Unless I can't find him, then it's going to take, he's up there. Let's restart the auction. There we go. All right. And he's running. He's still cute. I think if you just did some varnish, some light, gosh, what, I can't even remember, just something shiny in there, then you wouldn't even notice that it was chipped at all because it's just right there on the base of his little tail. There you go. Congratulations. He's a cutie. I like him. Yay. You're so welcome. And then we have, this is Tiara Glass. It is called a zipper. This pattern is called a zipper. You can kind of see that, how that looks kind of like a zipper and column or something like that. I did put in the description that it has water stain here. I think if you just soak that in some denture tablets or some vinegar, that you get that. It's just kind of gotten into the grooves of the zipper. It is a little leany. I don't know if you can see that. It just leans to the side a bit. But, that's what happens when you hand blow glass. It's not always completely perfect and symmetrical. You can turn it so that that one doesn't look like it's leaning at all. So it just has that little lean to the side and then some water spots on there. So it's going to start at 12 and it's running. I called it root beer. I think it's not brown. It's not amber. It's root beer. I love the little top too. It's like a sawtooth top on there. There we go. Another good fall color is starting to come. We got to be ready for it, right? All right. How about some other Tonala? This one is a picture. I love this. It's got a deer on it, and it's got 1 minute on there. We don't need to see it for one whole minute. So this is that green Tonala glaze versus the one that this lighter color Tonala that they have. But it's got this deer eating, and then there's the grass. The back is just dots. There's the handle, and then it's got this nice flaring spout, and it is signed by A.L. That's going to start at 18, and it's running. And if it doesn't sell today, it's going to go in my Mexican, South American pottery. And when I do my next Tonala show, maybe before Halloween, you'll be in there. All right. Off to the side you go. And it looks like I've got about 5 or 6 items left. So we're nearing the end. If there's something you'd like to see, let me know. This guy looks just like that amethyst one, but he's not marked. So he could be Federal Glass, he could be Boyd, he could be a number of markers shared this mold of this Mopey dog. A lot of times they were used as candy, and they would put the cardboard bottom and glue it to the bottom, and the candy would be inside. This one's just a clear. I'm going to lower the price to this to $5 on this guy. And he is running. He's so cute. Or let's put some light inside of him and see how he glows. Come on, turn on. There it is. Ooh, look at that. He's so cute. He's a little dirty. He needs a wash. Thank you for looking at him. And then what else? All right, this next item, I think it's probably coming up on antique, if it isn't an antique. But it is a copper with gold tone. It's an old compact that doesn't have its parts inside of it, but it works beautifully. My daughter, who is more into the Victorians, said that this little button clasp like this was very 1920s, 1930s, so could be a little Art Deco, ish looking with the flower basket on the front. It does have some oxidation. I didn't do anything with it. Can be easily cleaned. But all the mechanisms work perfectly. And that's going to start for 15 and it's running. Hi, Thrifty Mommy. This similar type, not with this motif, are selling for a lot more than that. They're calling theirs antique too, so that's why I'm thinking it's nearing antique if it isn't antique. It's just beautiful. I think even with the copper, coming through the gold tone, it's just very beautiful. At first I thought it was glass. You know how sometimes you can get that glass color, but then I realized it wasn't glass. Speaking of glass, this came in an auction lot too. I don't usually try not to buy candlesticks in the singular form, but this is gorgeous and I cannot find a match for it. It's a very tall, it should say taper candlestick holder. It's so beautiful. The facets, the glass itself is just so clear. Look at that. High quality. Some of these came out as just high quality crystal. I don't know. I'm going to just put it out there for $24. And it's running for a whole minute. So now I have to talk. No, just kidding. I need to see who we have. We have Fragile is doing jewelry. Ooh, we have Christmas in August. There you go. Items from the Bag and Run. All the pretty glass with Mel. Oh, I haven't. You know what? We're going to do Robin Sisters. I don't think I have, I don't think I've rated the Robin Sisters before. So we might be, if they're still on, we're going to go that direction. I have, you bet. Can't resist him, can you, Stacy? Let me grab him real quick. Sorry about the minute long on this one. I don't know why it changed my times because I don't run anything for a minute, but that's okay. We can change it on the fly. We're flexible that way, right? We just all have to wait till this beautiful candlestick is done. All right, let's set that aside. Bye-bye, candlestick. Here he is. Here's this little guy. Can't resist him. He's too cute. Let me find him here. There he is. And he has no issues. It says Pat made him. Handmade pottery. Pixie Sticks is in on that for an $8 start, and it's running. I couldn't resist. It must be the name. You're Stacy. I'm Stacy. He just come. I'm like, oh, you're coming home with me. You're too cute. Yeah, Stacy's no good stuff. Oh, and Jujubee, you're Stacy too? I never knew that. It's the Stacy Squad. Good taste, and we know it. Oh my gosh, Jujubee, I did not know that. Did I not realize that when I'm packaging your stuff that your name is Stacy? That's so funny. Or maybe I did and I just don't remember. All right, so this is an vintage English teaspoon measuring spoon. I got it in a baggie and it had this little sticker on there that said English. So, and I did look them up because, only the English would have a measuring spoon for dessert sugar, right? Or a dessert spoon of something. So it has the tablespoon mark, a dessert spoon, and then the teaspoon mark. It's really neat as porcelain. I like the little handle on it. And that's going to start for $6 and run for 20 seconds. I'm just Stacy with the Y, and then we have, you guys both have EY on yours? Or do we have a Stacy with an I? I can't remember. Or an IE. You can have a bunch of different spellings. My mom always told me when I was growing up, yeah, you have the boys' spelling of the name. I'm like, thanks, Mom. She's like, well, like Stacy Keach. You probably don't even know who Stacy Keach is, guys. I do, though. Here is a vintage Royal Crown, and it is marked 55 out of 908. porcelain reticulated, which is these openings here that are hearts, reticulated table lighter. The mechanism works. I don't know if the lighter works, but it does come apart. So you can put the flint. You can see there's where the flint would go. That would go up into this part. And then you would strike it. Is there another one? Nope. And then you would create the flame. But I still think it's a neat little vintage piece. I very rarely find, oh, it's got some sticker on this side that needs to be cleaned. But it is very beautiful. And it's going to start at 12 and it's running. Oh, I bet you're EY. Yeah, I'm just Y. The gold is still pretty on this. Don't look at that yucky sticker. That wasn't the sticker that I took off. All right. And here's our last little item is this pretty kitty over here. Let me see if I can reach around and grab her. Unmarked. She's got beautiful little face, sweet little face. She's a Persian, the long white fur. She's got little gold claws. She's not marked. Well, it says G-O there or G-O-T. And then there's, I think somebody, oh, it does marked. It's made in China. Did I put unmarked? No, I didn't. I just thought it was unmarked. So it is made in China, but she is sweet. If you like kitty cats, especially white Persians. And she's going to start at 3 and she's running. I got her in a bag with, I think, that puppy there and that little kitty right there. I'll have to put her in my critter box. I have a critter box and sometimes I run theme shows that are just critters. I'm going to go back because I still have 4 owls left of the choice of one. There's still some cute ones here. So let me go ahead and run choice on these. And restart the auction. All right, just to see if there's any interest. Here we go. You're going to get your choice of one little owl for $3 if you win the auction, and it's running. There's still some cute owls left. And if we don't get any interest, then I think we're going to be raiding into the Robin sisters. My sister's name was Robin. She passed about 11 years ago. So maybe that's just tugging on my heart. So we're going to go see the Robin sisters. All righty. So that's it for my show today. Thanks for coming and joining me. Thursday, I think we'll just do a Thursday treasure hunt. So I'll put some stuff out on the table. Maybe we'll shop the shelves a little bit so you can kind of pick through what I have and see if there's any treasures that you're interested in. And we'll just price on the fly. That's always a good thing. That's always gets you a good deal. And we'll go from there. So I hope you join me on Thursday at 9 o'clock for the Thursday treasure hunt. And we'll see you then. Let's go right into the Robin sisters. Have a great Monday and have a great week. There they are. All right. Bye-bye.